Hey, I'm Ben Bentley, and in today's video we're in Manchester to shoot some new press promo shots for a really cool band called King No One. They've got a tour coming up in the autumn, so the main shot that we're looking for today is a tour poster shot. So we're going to be doing a combination of interior studio setups and some outdoor setups as well, both using the Interfit S1 strobe heads in order to achieve the look that we're going for today. In the depths of this twilight. For the first setup of this shoot, we assembled the 6x4 foot Interfit softbox and added the grid to it to get some more control over that key light. And we also added the 5 foot Interfit Octa in order to act as a fill. I love using the 6x4 foot softbox as my key light because when it comes to groups like this, when you've got 4 guys in front of you, it acts as a really controllable yet large soft light source. So in this situation, ideal. We're working in a studio, but it's not the biggest studio in the world, so using the grid allows me to control that fall off so I don't end up getting light hitting some of the other peripheral stuff going on outside the boundaries of the Colorama backdrop that we're using. We worked through some initial poses before popping the camera onto the tripod in order to try something slightly more experimental. We wanted to see if we could introduce some movement into some of these frames. We looked to keep Zach, the lead singer, perfectly still whilst the other guys moved around him. So to do this, we ended up using rear sync on the flash. So we would do a 1 second long exposure with the flash firing at the very end of the exposure in order to freeze the action as it stands. So we'd get those trails of movement, but we'd also get Zach nice and sharp at the end as the shutter closes. A 6 foot softbox might seem rather large for the confines that we're working in, but for me it was super important to try and still get a soft quality of light whilst also trying to light 4 people at the same time, and this was a really nice middle ground in order to try and achieve that.
You're not quite sick enough.
For the individual member portraits, we were creating a variation on the theme that we'd done. So the idea was that there would still be some movement, but we'd be this time creating individual shots that the band can use across their socials, etc. So for these portraits, what we ended up doing was using the 5 foot Octa instead, this time gridded as our key light, and then using another S1 head to light up our background. This instead, with the slightly different setup, created a little bit more shadow and a little bit more drama in terms of the fall off across the face. Once we'd wrapped our interior studio setups, it was time to move the operation outside. So for the street setups, what we were going to do was simplify things. We were going back down to 1 light, and we were going for a combination of modifier that I'm really enjoying at the moment, which is the 5 foot parabolic umbrella with the elasticated diffuser front panel on the front of it. So you get this really great, large, soft, double diffused light source, but it's incredibly lightweight and it's incredibly quick to set up. So in a situation where you don't have that 5 minutes to insert rods and safely assemble a softbox, this creates a really large soft light source which is super manageable, even though we are in theory on a street in Manchester right now.
If I was the type to put my gold in a crystal glass jar, honey, the answer is I.